If you love Paul Harvey stories and the rest of the story, subscribe now. The old caretaker at the cemetery had seen many things in his years: grief-stricken families, silent tears, and the occasional forgotten bouquet left to wither in the sun. But he had never seen anything quite like this. It started one evening in the quiet town of Villa Carlos Paz, Argentina. A lone dog, a German shepherd with dark fur and intelligent eyes, appeared at the cemetery gates. He did not whimper, nor did he seem lost. He walked with purpose, sniffing the air, his ears flicking at the faintest sound. The caretaker, Jose, watched curiously as the dog weaved through the gravestones, pausing only when he reached a simple headstone inscribed with a familiar name. The dog sat down, and he stayed. Days passed. Jose saw the dog there every morning when he arrived, and every evening when he locked the gates. He tried calling to him, offering scraps of food. The dog would accept the food but never leave the gravesite for long. Even when shooed away, he always found his way back. One afternoon, a woman and a young boy approached Jose, their faces tense with recognition. "That's our dog," the woman exclaimed. "We thought he was lost." The boy ran ahead, calling a name. The dog's ears perked up, and for a moment it seemed he might follow them home. But after a few hesitant steps, he turned back and sat beside the grave. The woman's eyes filled with tears. "That's my father's grave," she whispered. "He loved that dog more than anything. We buried him last year." Jose nodded solemnly. He had heard of such things before. Stories of loyal pets who refused to leave their owners, bound by an unspoken promise of devotion. But this dog? This was something different. The family lived miles away. No one had brought him here, and yet he had come, alone, as if guided by something greater than instinct. Over the years, the townspeople grew accustomed to the sight of the faithful guardian. Tourists would visit and ask about him. Some left food, others took pictures. No one could explain how he found his way to the cemetery, but few doubted his loyalty. Rain or shine, summer or winter, he remained by the grave, his amber eyes watching over the resting place of the man he had loved. Attempts were made to bring him home. Each time he would vanish, only to reappear the next morning sitting in his usual spot. Eventually, they stopped trying. They understood now. This was where he belonged. Years passed, and the once strong legs began to slow. His dark muzzle turned gray, but still he stayed. Until one cold morning in 2018, Jose found him lying beside the grave, his body still, his watch finally over. The town buried him nearby, beside the only master he had ever known. His story spread beyond Villa Carlos Paz, across Argentina, across the world. He became a symbol of love, devotion, and unwavering loyalty. People spoke of him in hushed, reverent tones. A dog without equal, a guardian beyond death, a heart that never wavered, a dog named Capitan. And now you know the rest of the story.